Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my little conversations. I think at this point we're almost reaching episode 50, which is crazy. And I know we should have reached like episode 52 in like Feb, but because of skipping a couple of weeks, this is where we are now. Um, yeah. So interesting story. I have jazz in the background, and I think I did the same thing, and then someone called me, like I was just listening to jazz. I think I was studying or something, or I was working on something. And then someone called me and I knew, Lisa, are you in like a fancy restaurant? Because your music is giving fancy restaurant. And I feel like that's what I want to give today. And also because I'm about to talk about something music ish concerned. Um but yeah, anyway, I have had a crazy evening and even crazier weekend. But here we are. So yeah, for housekeeping today, I'll just tell you about my weekend. I had a crazy weekend. Okay, it wasn't really crazy. It was just a full weekend. What did I have on Friday? Did I really have anything? And not that I remember. But then on Saturday, wait, I think there's something I had on. No, nah, I didn't have anything on Friday. But then on like Saturday morning, I usually have a class that starts at like 7:30. And because I know I can't focus when a class is online, I prefer to do it physically. But then that usually means I have to wake up at 5:30, get ready by 6:30 so that I leave early and get there on time. But most of the times I usually reach by like 8:30, which is actually when class officially starts. Ama if even if it started, Howard's a song as and I get it. Yeah. So anyway, I had a class at 7:30. It rained really heavy in the morning to the point I didn't hear my alarm. I woke up at like 6 something, and I was like, in no way I am going to hurry up to get ready because I know I have a long ass day. So I did the class online, and which funny enough I did concentrate for the better part of the class. And then the class usually ends at 10:30. I had a meeting at 11, from 11 to like 2, and then I had late lunch at a friend's place from like 2 to like whatever time, and it ended up ending at 7. Because long story short, the 11 a.m. meeting was delayed a bit and ended up ending exactly at 2, which means I was supposed to get there by 2, but now I can't get there by 2 because the meeting has ended at 2. Actually, did it end at 2 or at 2:30? I think it ended at like 2:30. So I got there at like 3. And the host of this lunch or late lunch turned dinner was complaining akisema, you guys yata see lunch anymore, you guys should even spend the night. And I was like, slow down. Anyway, and then at night from like 8:30 to like 9:30 I had another meeting, which is like tando business, not work meetings. And then Sunday I woke up early, went to church, and then afternoon I went for my sister's concert, which was so fun, so amazing. And that will lead us into like officially what I'm planning to talk about. So when we were having this late lunch stroke dinner at my friend's place, like we were conversing with the mom was around, and she's a dope millennial. She's very fun. And she was, I don't know how the conversation got here where I'm going to direct it towards, but somehow we ended up talking about the way older people, especially her age, like my mom's friend's age, usually criticize people's courses and they actually have no idea what it entails. For example, I did IT for like IT computer science. But then there are so many people who'll be like, so nataka kufungua cyber, just because they don't understand what it actually entails to do computer science, what course opportunities are there, what job opportunities are there, what self-employment opportunities are there. They just don't understand. They're ignorant about it. They're ignorant about it, and they want to project their ignorance to you, towards you, to you, whatever. But you get what I'm saying. Same way, maybe you can do finance, and people say unataka kufanya kazi kwa bank, and that's not like, there are so many opportunities. You can be an accountant in schools, in NGOs, in offices. You can be a consultant, and you can actually even open your own financial consultancy, and even end up like doing courses, financial literacy courses, and lipisha people and get money on the side. You get what I'm saying? Then again, feel like IT is so wide, bro. So you saying that I'm gonna open a cyber is absurd and crazy, but you do you. So my friend's mom. What? Nimeanza kusema nini? Like the friend of my mom's, no, the mom to my friend's mom. Yes, my friend's mom was saying you shouldn't exactly criticize something you don't understand. Like the certain things, and I think I liked her for how she was speaking. Because if she didn't understand anything, because we were all Gen Zs, and then her. And anything we said, and she didn't understand, she was like, wait, what does that mean? Ama, what does that entail? Ama, she was actually, should I say, she wanted to understand what exactly we are saying and not come from a point of ignorance, criticizing what we are saying or doing. And the same thing sort of happened on Sunday. So on Sunday, my sister invited a couple of people who did show up. And among the couple of people, there's some like mutual-ish friends or friends let's call them acquaintances. They're people I have been acquainted with through her because of this specific orchestra she's in. Look at me giving you guys extreme details, and she might listen to this and beat me up. But anyway, so they did a couple of pieces, like 7-8 pieces. A piece is like one song written on a piece of paper, is a music piece. So they did like 7-8 pieces. I'm not really sure. Some had vocalists, some were mostly string, some were mostly woodwind, some were mostly brass. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just Google and learn on your own for today, because I might start explaining and spiral. So anyway, yeah, they did a couple of pieces, and among my favorite ones, most of them are classical. Oh yeah, I remember there was conservatoire students, and then the orchestra she's in. So the conservatoire students had a lot, like there was country music, there was rock, there was R&B, there was pop, there was classical, there was opera, there was even a skit kind of musical. It's like like a musical short play. Yeah, I don't remember the exact name for that. I know there's a musical term for it, but I don't remember. And then now the orchestra did like three categories. Let's call them that. There was opera, there was classical. Oh, there was also a bit of pop. Sikumbuki all the songs vizuri, but then there was a bit of. Oh, for the conservative students, there was also jazz. There was one jazz piece, and that guy, that guy was interesting. The guy playing the piano was wearing Crocs and a red suit. I know, but I was close enough to see he was wearing Crocs, but it wasn't that visible. And then for like the rock band, there was this chick who had a green wig, but then turns out, like I thought it was an afro, and I was like, might just dye my hair green. And then I saw the braids underneath her hair and I was like, "Ah, it's a wig." Anyway, so what was I saying? So for the orchestra, they did pop because they did some songs by Prince and MJ. There was classical because there was Beethoven, there was Handel, there was Ludwig. And when I talk about these guys, I will spiral. So let me move on. There was, yeah, and there was like Afro. They call it, yeah, there was an original piece which was written by a Kenyan, and then there was Afro pop. Like there was Ira Star in that mix. There was Ira Star, Burna Boy, Rema, and Ruga. Those are the ones I remember. And they did like a whole 10-minute set piece for songs done by those four Afrobeat artists. And among my favorite done by the orchestra was a song by MJ, um, the original piece, and 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 the Afropop fusion. It was called Afropop fusion because it's Afrobeat fused songs. Like they were all done like a mashup. A mashup is like a combination of songs done together, almost like one song. So after the performance, I obviously looked for my sister. I gave her her flowers, not literally, because I told her I'm still suffering out here. I ain't got no money for flowers, but I congratulated her. I met her friends who I know, and we started chatting with some of the guys who came, who we mutually know each other. And somebody had the audacity to open their big ass mouth and say, Ati, what was the name of that song? It was called Pamoja, the original. Ati Pamoja wasn't that good. And I almost turned my neck completely and me like, huh? Cause what the fuck do you mean it wasn't good? That was I remember the song so well in my head because each instrument would come in one at a time, one at a time, one at a time with the harmonies. So it sounded so nice. I felt like it sounded so nice. And it pained my sister. She told me later on it pained her so much because that was like one of the hardest pieces they did. They practiced it so many times. They put in so much effort to learn it, considering it's a song that's like new, But I feel like it's harder to like do an original and make it sound the way the person who's written it wants it to sound or visualize it to be, rather than a song you already know. Because a song you already know, you know the flow, you know the beats, you know the rhythm, you understand how it's supposed to sound. But for an original, there's only one person who's given you the piece, who has written the piece, who knows how it's supposed to sound, who has an idea of how it's supposed to sound. And the fact that one person wrote a song for all these instruments like violins, viola, cello, double bass, clarinet, flute, bassoon, um, drums, and literally everything, saxophone alto, saxophone tenor. It was just crazy and absurd that someone who has never written a piece performed by an orchestra went ahead to open their biggest mouth to say it didn't sound nice, that it was missing something. Karibu nimwambie, sir, show us a piece you have written. Ndio tuone yenyewe your criticism is coming from experience. You have done this to actually understand and know that it is missing something. Have you ever written a piece for a whole orchestra yourself? Anyway, it really pained me that somebody who has not done this or who is ignorant to this, the person knows music, has done music, has played an instrument or two, I don't know. But why do you want to criticize something or efforts put in by someone and you don't have nothing to show for yourself? Question that needs an answer. But because I'm an angry person and I decided to keep my anger to myself, I am now angry while I'm speaking to myself, because that's what I'm pretty much doing. Yeah, anyway. you should, I feel like this challenges you. If you want to badmouth something, badmouth it from a point of knowing and not from a point of you're probably bitter that this person got to do this and you never did it. You do it with your imperfections and then at least you tried, At least your conscience won't make you badmouth something someone else is doing or little effort someone is putting in. Something else, another lesson. Try to understand that, like, kwanza, the person who wrote this piece called Pamoja is literally a lawyer, a multi-instrumentalist. That means he not only wrote music for these instruments, but also plays a couple of them and also really likes music. To the point he wrote a music piece. Bro, I remember me struggling to write a melody for one. Sembuse writing harmonies for all these instruments. Bro, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work and a lot of brains. And an original piece that's creative as hell. Making sure that each and every instrument has a melody they're playing that is in sync with everything. Yeah, whoever said music is not rocket science. It's because rocket science should be easier. That's what I'm assuming. Because music is mind blowing. So anyway, if I rant here, I'm around the whole day. And we ain't got that time. So yeah, let me go back to doing my lots of things. Because I always have a lot to do. But anyway, yeah, this friend, no, this, what am I saying? My mom's friend, my friend's mom. Yeah, my friend's mom. Crazy that I have to say it out loud and it makes sense in my head. It's all making sense. Like both of them are correct, but in real sense, it's my friend's mom. Yeah, it's my friend's mom. Like we became buddies to the point she texted me today and we are literally texting on WhatsApp. Anyway, bye. I got a lot on my plate. Yeah, by the way, I hope you have followed my socials. It is always interesting to interact with the few that interact with me, especially those who know me and just come on and tell me that, I like this episode, or they comment on something, or we debate about stuff. When a debate is hot on here, we go carry it on the other end. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you are having a lovely day and a lovely time, and thank you for reaching this far. Bye.